Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a bold, fun summer eye look that I totally fell in love with. I posted a picture on my Instagram a couple of weeks ago when I wore this for a girls' night out, and I got a lot of positive feedback and a lot of people asking me like how I did it, so I decided to go ahead and just do the tutorial. This will be my first talk through tutorial, so we shall see how this goes. All right. Yeah, if it's a little weird, I'm sorry. It's my first time using my new beauty light that I just purchased, as well as not wearing any glasses. I don't have any contacts, so this is gonna be fun. All right, so let's start out with just doing the eyes. Obviously with any look, especially if you're going to be doing something that is really big and bold, you're gonna wanna do, you're gonna wanna prime the eye. So I'm going to be using the Urban Decay primer for my eyes. Now, for all the bright, beautiful colors that I'm going to be using for this look, they are all coming from the Urban Decay Electric palette. Seriously, this is by far one of my favorite palettes for those bright colors, and the pigment, and the pigment is just amazing. So the first color that I'm going to be using is Revolt right here, and I will be using this side, the little short side of it, and I'm going to be going in just to halfway of my eye. So you're gonna want to start from the end right there and just stop about halfway, and you're gonna want to go all the way up to your crease, not over it. So after you've done that first step, the next step is we're going to be taking this color right here, which is called Savage, and we're going to put that all over the lid, just up to the crease. And for that, I'm going to use the opposite side of the brush, the more fluffy end side of the brush, to bring that over from the corner of my eye all the way over to this side. And like I said, just, you don't have to put anything in the crease, but you want to go all the way up to the crease. And you really want to pack in the color, because you really want to give that eye the definition. Like, even though I'm going for kind of it's a purple teal looking eye, I really want to make sure that I get enough of the product on my eye and pack in that color so that I can really give the eye the dimension and just that pop that I'm looking for. And because you're working with color, you're probably gonna have a little bit of fallout, so that's why I haven't done my foundation yet. I'm focusing on just doing my eyes first, so that way if I have any fallout, it's not getting on my foundation. So once you finish that, but what I am gonna do is I'm going to soften up my crease. And what I'm gonna use for that, my Sigma blending, it's the E25 brush, and I'm going to be using Soft Peach from the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the World Traveler palette, I believe, but which is discontinued, but I do believe that they do sell Soft Peach, or something that's just a really, really soft color. It doesn't have to be ABH, it can be anything, Wet Wild, whatever you're working with. Something that's a soft color, just to make sure that you can soften up that crease. Because right now, it's definitely, you can see where the product has stopped, because I stopped right up at my crease. So we want to make something, or we want to do something to soften that up. The next color that we're going to take is this beautiful purple, and it's called Urban, and we are going to place that as well, the same place that we put the Savage, we're gonna place the Urban right on top of that. And again, it's just to build that beautiful, bold look that you're looking for. Now, what I'm going to do is I want to soften up that crease. So I'm going to take a clean blending brush. This is the tapered blending, the E40 from Sigma. And I'm just going to soften up pregnancy brain. I'm going to soften up that crease. Next, again, adding a little bit more dimension in there, we're going to take a mixture of Gonzo and Chaos just to put on the corners of the eye. And I'm gonna go in with that E40 brush again and blend it out. If you have any fallout, or obviously I kind of want to do a little bit of a cat eye, you can always use makeup remover. I like to use the makeup remover wipes, which is another reason why I do my foundation after I do my eyes. And you can just clean up any fallout that you've had. So I'm going to do my eyeliner and just kind of fill in my brows a little bit off camera. I don't really do much as far as my brows are concerned, and I'm horrible at eyeliner, so I really don't want to show you guys that, but I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, and then I'll come back and then we'll finish. Okay, so for my liner, I actually used the Kat Von D Tattoo eyeliner, and I believe it is called Trooper. Yep, Trooper. So once you do your eyeliner and your brows or whatever you feel like doing, you're gonna go ahead and go back over for a little bit more definition with the Gonzo and the Chaos. Just right there over the liner. Just a little bit more pop. And of course, it would start thundering. I live in Tampa. Use your blending brush just to blend it a little bit. And then you can go back over anything that you messed up on your liner, just to make it dark again. Next is mascara, and I'm going to be using Better Than Sex from Too Faced. Eyes are almost done. We're going to save the bottom until after we do the face. So for the primer, I'm using the Make It Forever Step 1 for my all over primer. So next we're going to be using our foundation, and my foundation of choice is the Make Up Forever Ultra HD in the color Y505. The old color was 177. And I just have to say this, that I do love the stick formula. I think I like this better than the liquid. I did do a review on the liquid, and I decided to try out the stick to see, excuse me, the stick version to see if it was like all that. And it is. Love it. And the technique that I'm going to use to put it on, actually to blend it out, by far has been my favorite way to do it, so I can really get that airbrush look before I'm going out or heading out. Love the Beauty Blender, but before I even use my Beauty Blender, this is just a stippling brush that I bought from Target. I think it was like $3. Yes, you stipple this foundation in first and then use the Beauty Blender. Y'all, seriously. Just take your beauty blender and you just blend everything in. This really gives it an amazing, like, fresh airbrush look, like for real, for real. Y'all see this? Y'all see this? So when you're taking a picture, if you're on video, like, it just looks flawless. Seriously, like, one of my favorite ways to apply this foundation now. It takes a little bit of time, but hey, it is so, so worth it. Next up, we have concealer slash highlight, and I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Fawn. And to blend that in, I'll be using a damp beauty blender. Next, we're going to be moving on to contour. I am going to be using a bronzer as a contour, and that is the Bobbi Brown bronzing powder in the color Deep, number 4. And I will be using this bronzer brush from Sephora just to obviously blend everything in. Obviously, we also want to set our concealer slash highlight that we did. So I'm going to be using the Sacha Buttercup setting powder with my other side of the damp beauty blender. And we're just gonna let that bake. Once that is done, I am going to be using the e.l.f. powder brush, $3 at your local Target. One of my favorite powder brushes ever, just to take all the excess powder off. Next up is blush, and just because you have a really bright eye, don't be afraid of bright blushes. I am going to be using the Pamplemousse from the Becca Jaclyn Hill face palette. That is this really bright coral one over here. That is what I'm going to be putting on these cheekies. And I'm just going to use just an angle brush that I bought. I think this one's from Target as well. Now, before I do my highlight and my lips, let's finish off these eyes, shall we? So, for the bottom lid, we are going to be using this beautiful turquoise color. This beautiful turquoise color called Fringe for the bottom. Then we're going to want to smudge it out. Next, we're going to use this color called Freak, this really pretty like green color. And we're just going to put that from the inside of, like right here on the inner corner, just to like the middle, over top of the fringe. Again, you're going to want to smudge that color out. And I'm just using a smudge eye sponge from e.l.f. to help smudge those colors. Then I'm just going to use a little black eyeliner. This is from NYX. I'm just going to use that on the tear line. Last but not least, you want to put a little bit of mascara on your bottom lashes. Oops, almost forgot. You want to really make this pop, so you want to get like your setting spray or whatever it is, like a little bit of spray on your brush. And we are going to pop that color Revolt, that nice silver color, right there in the corners. That's going to be our color to kind of just make everything pop. Just in the corners. And bring it up. I'm going to be using a mixture of the two highlighters that came in the Becca face palette from Jaclyn Hill, which is the Champagne Pop and the Prosecco Pop. So we're gonna mix those two. Last but not least are the lips. And since my eyes are so bold, I really wanted to go with a nice nude lip. And this by far has been my favorite combination for a nude lip. It just fits my skin type perfectly. And it's great. So I'm going to be lining my lips with MAC Chestnut. The lipstick that I'm going to be using is Maybelline Stormy Sahara 945. It's like a really nice nude, pinkish kind of mauve-y color. And then I got this lip gloss in one of my Sephora 500 points. It's NARS. I'm totally gonna go buy the full size because I am using this to death. It's their lip gloss in the color Chelsea Girl. Like for real, one of my favorites. Honestly, like the perfect nude lip. And of course, before you go anywhere, you want to make sure that you use setting spray, and I'm using the Makeup Forever setting spray. And there you have it, a beautiful purple teal bold look for the summer that you can rock whenever, day or night. Daytime if you're bold, and nighttime if you really want to have a fun time on a girls' night out or a date night. I hope you guys really enjoyed this, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.